Hey, this is Slice over at the BSP channel, and you read the banner right. Reasons why to date a single mom. I'm always hearing reasons why you should not. It's all over social media. I have a hard time finding any reasons why you should. So I'm going to give it to you straight. And I know you fellas out there saying, oh, here we go. Another panderer. Nah, I'll keep it 100. If you check my other videos, you'll see what I'm talking about. So let's get into it.
Baby mom and your baby father are just that. They do not come before your wife. They do not come before your husband. They should not come before your girlfriend. They should not come before your boyfriend. What you have to understand is that your baby mom and your baby father are just that. If you are not with them, then their significance in your life is the fact that you share a child and nothing else. They should not just be popping up at your house. They should not just have unlimited access to your phone, especially if the kids are of age and have their own phones. There are literally people out here in relationships and they feel like they come second to the baby mom or the baby father. This is extremely disrespectful. If you cannot check the child of your parent, then you don't need to be in a relationship. You have to establish boundaries. I am not your man. You are not my woman. We just have a child together. That gives you no special place in my life. My priority is to make sure that the child is well. Outside of that, I don't care about anything that you have going on. Am I lying?
Date single mothers, or men always talking about single mothers, this, that, and the third. This is a perfect example as to why. Because again, you expect this man to come in, be the man of the house, pay all the bills, be romantic, do all that, be a father to a son that he didn't have. That's not my son.
But he has no say so.
But he has no say so in the discipline. He has no say so in the guidance. He has no say so in how this house is going to be ran in regards to your son. So how do you expect me to be the man of the house when every time that I try to tell him something that's right, you bucking the system because you getting emotional, because you damn the message I'm saying, you processing it as, no, you can't tell my baby nothing.
It's just my baby.
Just my baby.
Yep.
So as a man, how enticing is that of a situation to walk into? That's why men don't want to date single mothers.
So what these guys are talking about are boundaries and respect and discipline. So ladies, if your baby daddy coming around causing problems, he's not allowing you to see other men and have other opportunities, you might have to put a restraining order on him. You might have to stop him from being around the kids for a little while. And I hate to say that for any man to not be able to see his kids, but if he don't know how to act, if he don't know the relationship over, you might have to do that for a little while. And the discipline part is your kids need to be disciplined. If he come to the house and your kids is jumping all over the counter and the table and you not disciplining them and you not letting him discipline them, your chances of finding another man is going to be slim. On the other hand, I know some ladies that are very disciplined. Their kids act great and they have boundaries with their baby daddy. I'm gonna tell you a story. This is gonna blow your mind. I had a partner. His sister lived in Kansas City. Me and my girl went down to Kansas City for a concert. Stayed at his sister's house. At the end of the concert, we stayed at his sister's house. Sister had 3 kids. Okay, we go in there. She set us a pallet on the floor in one of the bedrooms. We go to sleep. We get up the next morning. And we looking for her. She not there. Kids is there. One of the kids is cooking. The other kid is ironing clothes. And the youngest is fixing our plate. We sat down to breakfast. These kids was quiet. They wasn't making a lot of noise. They cleaning the house, cooked us breakfast and everything. I looked around in amazement. I have never seen such disciplined kids in my life. And she was a single mother of 3. So they're out there. And if you automatically dismiss her after you finding out she has kids without finding out how she is with the kids, how the kids are around you. If there's a man lingering around that's going to be a problem, then how do you know whether she's a good woman or not without being around her and her kids and finding out? You can't automatically dismiss a woman before you find out if her kids are going to be respectful of you when you get the chance to come around.
I feel like now that I've gotten some experience, and I've kind of gone through it myself, I feel like I can give a valid answer as to why men and boys and like generally, majority of the time prefer not to date women with kids. And the reason why, right, like for me, from my perspective, right, because I just got out of a relationship. Like I was only with the girl for about 8 months, but I was like head over heels for this girl. Like I dead stuff. I was like, this is gonna be the girl like I ended up marrying type because of how much we clicked and stuff, right? She had 2 kids, and I knew she had like kids like before we had really got going, and that never scared me. And the reason why I never scared me is because like I was raised by like a single mom with 2 kids, and my mindset is like, if I don't give this girl a chance just because she got 2, that's basically me saying my mom didn't deserve love. You know what I'm saying? My mom don't deserve somebody to come and want to treat her. So like that was my mindset. So like boom, okay, so fast forward, right? I'm over here doing everything I can as far as like, and like when you dating somebody with kids, right? This is my thing, right? People be all, oh, I'm not gonna be stepmom, I'm not gonna be stepdad. Okay, then what the doing in their company for? Because my thing is, all right, they got kids, and let's say you over there at their house, the kids is crying for something, but mom can't put down whatever she doing, like she busy at the moment. You as the boyfriend gonna sit your there, listen to that kid crying, you're not gonna get up and do shit when you could get up and help and go get the damn juice box or something. Like it's being mature, it's being a human being. You get what I'm saying? Like folks kind of just want the convenience of just kind of like, no, that's not how. But here go the dangers of that, right? You dating with a girl that got kids, and let's say you actually one of them people, you mature and you putting in the effort. You actually trying when you there with them kids, right? You start to develop a relationship. You start to develop a bond with them kids. The second you break up, there is nothing else tying you or binding you to them kids. When you start missing them children, bruh, also, a lot of people not mature enough to talk about this. When you start to miss kids, when you start to miss the sound of their voices, high pitched, 24/7 of the time, when you start to miss them actually asking for stuff all the time or just asking questions all the time, and then it goes to just being quiet, like, bro, this F with you, bro. Like, you start to miss them kids just as much as you start to miss your ex. You know what I'm saying? The one that, like, the parent of them. Like, and it's like, people don't talk about that. Or, like, let's talk about the ones that got the baby daddies, right? For a split second, they might be into it. They calling you to tell you about all the stuff that like they going through right now, just so they can vent. And you thinking to yourself, it's kind of like it's leading to you finally getting your chance to treat them right and everything. No, bro, because the very next day or when it gets convenient and whoever get his together, you know what I'm saying, and he decide to pop back up, they gonna leave you for the baby daddy, bro. And it do not matter. Very rarely do they stick with you. Very rarely does it work out. You know what I'm saying? Like, the reason why men prefer not to date women with kids, it's not the kids. At least for me, it's not the kids. It's all the stuff that can come with the kids if it does not work out. And very rarely does it work out when kids are involved, because the baby daddy might not either be supportive. He might be wanting to like, goddamn, like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's so much that go into that versus not having to give yourself that stress and dealing with somebody who don't got the kids. Like, bro, me personally, right? Just because somebody had kids with the wrong person and that person doesn't mean like they should have to suffer for the rest of their life just because they had kids. Everybody deserves to be loved. Like, regardless of how many kids you got, like, you should have somebody that loves you for you. But also understand why it is that people may not want to gravitate towards that. It's not you. It's everything else around that. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of times being a good person isn't enough. A lot of times being a good person don't count. Which is why the one that's going to be the one dealing with the kids, like, why they be scared to do it, because it won't count for nothing in the end. Like, for me personally, at the end of our relationship, like, when we got to break it up, I'm not gonna lie, like, one thing I kept, like, throwing at her, I was like, bro, everything I did for them kids, everything I did for them, and it was like, when you really think about it, it don't count for nothing. It don't count for nothing. It's just what you're doing in the moment is cool, but when it get inconvenient, it's over, like, and it's nothing that you can do. But, like, as a mature man, right, as somebody who tried to do the right thing, am I wrong? Like, am I wrong for feeling like this? Like, because I'm scared from dating anybody that got kids. Now, you get what I mean? Like, the thought of it now, like, I think right back to all this, and I'm just like, I don't know if I want to deal that again. You get what I'm saying? Like, am I tripping? Like, can somebody clarify? Like, or just give me answers?
I like this young brother. Pause. This is a good young brother. Seems like he was invested in her and her kids. I think he should get into mentoring, probably not around her and her kids because there's clearly some feelings there, but I think he should get into coaching or mentoring young kids. He seemed like he'll be good for that. And I felt the same way at one point in time. My older son's mom has 3 kids, and they would ask me why I wouldn't take them around, and I'd let them know, hey, you're not my responsibility. But me and her had a conversation, and it came down to mentorship. And I took that role as maybe stepdaddy, even though me and her wasn't together. And to this day, those kids, they call me father, they call me dad, and they know who their biological dad is, but they introduce me as dad. So I take a little pride in that. And for all you that think that's some sucker-ish, I'm gonna ask you a question. Men, if we don't mentor other people's kids, then who is going to do it? Why are you complaining about how these young ladies are turning out if you're not involved in their life and trying to discourage them from being promiscuous and all these other things? And why are you complaining about it if you're not willing to help out? Why are you complaining about how these young bucks is wilding out if you're not willing to get in there and help out? I don't want to hear you complaining if you're not willing to step up and do what black men, black leaders in the neighborhood should be doing, and that's mentoring single moms, kids, if the moms will allow you to. And the other thing he said is the relationship didn't work out, and that's another important thing for everybody, men and women. How to get over a relationship when it doesn't work out. I've had a lot of loss, a lot of people that have passed away on me, and I've had to learn how to deal with that. I had a friend, never been to jail up until the time he was 30. He was with this girl, he was in love with her. She breaks up with him, leaves him. Now he's doing drugs and breaking into people's house to get more drugs. And that became his life for the rest of his life because he was too weak to recover from her leaving him. Being in that moment, staying in that moment will absolutely stop you from, it'll cause problems at your job, cause problems if you're running a business. It will hinder you from going forward if you're stuck in that moment of pain for the rest of your life. You have to 3 to 5 days, cry over it, do whatever you got to do, and then get over it and move on. That is essential when it comes to relationships, in any type of relationship, whether it's a romantic relationship or with your parents. And I lost both mine, so I know. And I don't forget them, but I don't let it bring me down.
So for all the women who out here mad because men don't want to date you because you got kids, get over it. Life's tough. It is what it is. You had them, they're your kids. Oh well. I done had a man tell me he don't want to talk to me because I'm cool, I'm straight, I love your vibe, whatever, but you have kids and I'm not really looking at. And I said, okay. And to this day, we cool. Like I see him, he see me, we talk, he, and we going about our business. Because at the end of the day, I'm not going to get mad because your personal preference is a woman without kids. What can I do about that? Can't get rid of damn kids. So what I'm gonna do about that? Move on. It is what it is. Get over it. Get over it. It's plenty of men that's out here that's willing to date women with kids. They are. But I will say this, and I've said it before, you have to be one hell of a woman. You can't just be a woman with kids and no goals, no ambition. You're fat. You get what I'm saying? You can't. You just can't. The answer's gonna be, they're gonna turn you down every time. You have to be one hell of a woman in order for this man to choose you. Because once again, men choose women. In order for this man to choose you and say, yeah, I'm gonna take a chance with her. I wanna be with her. I love her. And I'm gonna go ahead and accept these kids because why not? You get what I'm saying? But you have to be one hell of a woman. You can't be around here no little thotty pocket or a little hood rat, or you get what I'm saying? No, you gotta come with it. You gotta come with it. You want that man to choose you, baby. You gotta come with it, okay? So get over it. It's okay. It ain't the end of the world. I said what I said.
trying to take care of this man's child and this man's daughter and this man's son, and it's not even your son, that's not even your daughter, that's not even your blood, G. So the kids ain't gonna respect you, she ain't gonna respect you. And soon as baby daddy is done serving his time, or soon as baby daddy is ready to work on himself and ready to prove himself back to his girl, back to his baby mama, who is the imprint, you gone.
And what she said is right. You got to be a hell of a woman to get chosen by a man if you are a single mother. And there's a lot of good single mothers out there, but the number one thing a man wants is respect. You got to respect that man, and your kids got to respect that man when he come in the door. Your kids got to respect teachers and all adults that they come in contact with. That's the number one rule. And I'm not saying that they got to accept candy from a stranger and end up in the back of the trunk. Those are two different things. What we're talking about is respect, general respect. And that's how you get another man after you've had kids. And as far as what he's talking about, look, fellas, if you dating a woman and she's accepting phone calls from a man in prison, you already know. She can tell you whatever you want to hear. But if she's still accepting those calls from that man in prison, you already know when he get out, it's a wrap for you. You need to read the signs. Don't listen to what she's saying. Read the signs. You know better. Don't stay around for that. You know better than that.
And a child is a man's legacy. A child is a man's legacy. So that's a man's legacy. So the black man is robbed of his legacy through the baby mama. So when I came home, every I saw and knew was not co-parenting responsibly with a black woman. She wouldn't allow him to. She had full control over the kids. If she didn't want to get a kid the last name, the kid didn't get the last name. If she wanted to say this another was the daddy, the another daddy. The black woman is not going to let you have 100% control of your legacy. She's going to diminish it. She's going to destroy your legacy. If nothing else, assassinate the character in the eyes of your children. So meaning you could never be a superhero to your kids because you can't override what mama say. I don't give a damn about you telling your daddy. Not only is the mama gonna say that, the grandmama and them gonna say that too. Give a damn about you telling your daddy. And dad is supposed to be a superhero to the kids, homie. So if mama is the villain and the hero, then daddy in the eyes of the kids, homie, he ain't shit. Especially if he ain't got no money.
That's why I agree with that saying that says, the best and the greatest decision that you ever have to make in your life is who you decide to spend the rest of your life with.
That is so true. I don't really fool with Charleston White, but that is true. And the worst thing to be is a bitter baby mom. Because if your new man see how you treat your old man, he may think to himself, I better get out of here before she start treating me like that.
Would you date a girl with kids right now?
Man, listen up. I would never take a woman with kids even serious.
Exactly.
Let alone like woman. I wouldn't take her on a date. Only I would take her to the crib. Now, especially got 2 or 3, that mean that she good now.
Yeah.
If she got about 2 or especially 3, that got a different type of incubator in there.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be some good, but that's it, baby. You know what's going on. Especially like me.
Yeah.
Like, baby, it's already out there. So I can't take you serious, but I could take you to the room and get serious in that.
So basically, if you meet a girl and she got 2, 3 kids and she trying to settle down, it's over with.
It's over with. She stopped embarrassing herself. Yeah. Look at me. Look at my caliber of life. Look at my statistical categories in all of them. And check them all out.
And you think we finna be at Chuck E. Cheese?
You think I'm finna be at Chuck E. Cheese with you? You think I'm finna be goddamn teaching little JoJo how to jab fake left and go right?
So you think I'm finna be stabbed in?
Right, I can't do that. Unless she bad, I will finagle her. I would take the little to the park a few times, take them to Chuck E. Cheese 2 or 3 times.
But would you rock her though?
No, that's what I'm saying. After I that, then it's the already that over with.
Yeah.
Oh, little.
So basically, you telling ladies they definitely need to be, if they don't got kids, they definitely need to be careful about having kids before because this is the thing. This is what blows me about girls. It'll be a bad female.
Damn.
Bad. I'm talking about you like wow. And she'll be like, oh, I got a kid.
5 points off.
These guys was never going to get married anyway. Just keep it a buck. They was never going to get married anyway. Most of the time, they either was hurt at a young age and sort of turned against women, or they had a lot of attention at a young age and just used women as playthings. They were never going to get married. Some guys are just like that. And you got to be able to tell the players, these guys are players, and ladies, you got to be able to recognize that. They were never going to get married anyway. And finally, ladies, if you got all of your kids by one man, men see that as respectable. They see you as loyal and faithful to one man. But if you got more than 3 kids and more than 3 or 4 baby daddies, they see you as not being able to get along with a man, follow his leadership. They don't see any loyalty. They see you jumping around, making terrible decisions. It's probably going to be hard for you. It's probably going to be hard. So I'm going to keep it a buck. And lastly, half of these men, they claim they don't deal with single mothers, probably living with a single mother and splitting the bill 50-50, if not paying all of them. So half of them are lying. But anyway, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment, and I'll hit you with another one. Catch you later.